This year, in your summer, Australian summer, this year now, it's the Boardcast.
40 degrees podcast.
Yeah, 49 degrees podcast episode.
Melty.
Yeah.
How's it been in the sun,
Where were
man?
you when it was 40 degrees, Kane?
I was taking my mom out for lunch.
Where were you, William?
At home with the air conditioner.
Do you know where
He wins.
You were working.
Yeah. Do you know where I was? It was 58 degrees.
That's
What the heck?
not
58?
58
Is
degrees.
it 48 or 58?
58.
It was you
Where
and all
on earth
the.
is 58?
I was up in Chittering at one of the ones I've posted a video of up on the hill there. But I'm standing next to the crane, and my crane has the engine PTO, which is like the thing that operates it and gives it all the power. I have to stand next to that, and the engine was
That's not 58. That's like conditional 58.
it's 58 degrees.
It's
'cause
still real.
the guy came over with the thermometer, and he's like, I was sending everyone home and shutting all the equipment down because it's too hot. It's like over the operating limits of the equipment. So he's like, comes over with the air thermometer, and it tests the air that you're standing in. They usually use them on the mines, but like the bigger building sites will have them as well because it's like, health and safety stuff. And he's
Yeah,
like,
because you can't have people dying from heat.
yeah, exactly. It's actually 38 in Australia is if it gets to the temperature that you can send staff home. And it's like,
Well, it's
you're supposed
39
to.
hitting 40 in the sun easily.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. And he comes over and he tests the air next to the PTO. He's like, it's 58 here. He's like,
What?
you should leave. And he's like, we kind of have this thing. He's like, you're supposed to shut it down. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, but you're a contractor, right? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, well, I guess if you keep going, it's your problem, not mine. So I was like, okay.
Where were
So I
you
just
delivering?
Finished.
So you said Chittering, right?
yeah, it's our lower Chittering, which is probably
yeah.
like half an hour from here. It's not
So
too-
all
too
they
bad.
have there is skeleton bones in a dry, dead lake.
It was 41, 42 by the time it come around, but because basically the giant engine for the crane operates off the same one of my truck. It's not a very good setup for those cranes because you really want to have a separate engine for the crane from the truck motor because it puts a lot of pressure on the truck motor.
Yeah.
But whatever, it runs off the same one. It's a cheaper way to build those in the first place. And that normally, if you've got same thing when you do the setup for one of those, you get like a remote machine, and it's like a backpack thing. Imagine like a backpack where you're wearing it on your front, and it has like all the controls and
It's a little
gizmos on the
Darth
front of it.
Vader control panel.
Yeah, kind of like that, right? But it's got it kind of sits down in front of you, and you can control it from there. And that way, what you can do is you can walk away from the motor, and you're not standing next to the heat. But it also allows you to
Get a
sling-
better view.
Yeah,
of
that
what you're
too.
doing as well.
You really want to be able to sling things up. So let's say I need to hook on to the bags or the pallets that I'm picking up. I want to be able to stand on the tray, and then I can operate it from there. But it also means if I'm building something over a fence or onto a second story, I can go into that area and control it from there because then I've got the best vision. What I've got is a cheaper version of this setup, which in hindsight, I would go back and definitely spend the extra 30 grand on the piece of equipment. But whatever, that'll have to be the next crane that I buy if I buy another crane. Now what I have to do is I have to I jump up on the tray, I sling the thing up, and then I get down, and then I go back to the remote, and I remote it from there. And if I can't see the place it's going to, I just jump up and down a bunch until I can.
What's the next level crane? What do they have?
Well, you go up in like the weight that it can carry and the technology that's in it, basically.
Does it help with the sight?
That's when you've got like a remote control. So
It
you don't
has
have to.
ChatGPT installed in it.
So at the moment, all the
ChatGPT crane for me.
It tells me about the Roman Empire while I'm lifting. So the main thing is like at the moment, for me to control all the controls are attached to the side of the truck, so I have to stay there and control it from there. But a more lucrative setup would be that I could walk away from it and control
Right, like a wireless.
like a wireless kind.
Right,
Yeah, it just
right.
means you get better vision. You don't have to stand in the heat of the engine like a lunatic, all that kind of stuff. And it's in hindsight definitely worth it. But again,
I'm sure there's a
years ago when
piggyback, to piggyback the remote that you have, right?
I could go in and install one, but it's quite a bit of extra. I'd be looking at 30 grand now to put that on
30
there.
grand for a remote.
Yeah, and it's because you have to then run the wires all through the system that's there because then it's at the moment it's purely hydraulic, so it doesn't mean there's less to break down. But if someone would have to go through and run all the
I'm
electric.
sure someone would make like a thing that can just piggyback on what you have.
No, because how does it control it from there?
Like it piggybacks onto your controller.
Yeah, but the current controls are literal like arms. Think of like a joystick arm,
right,
you pull them up and down, and that
okay.
sends hydraulic fluid, and it's all pressurized. So it goes from my tiny little arm that's like maybe like
You know what
a pencil
remote
width.
you have? You just get someone to do it for you under the sun.
I'll just yell at them
For
from here.
$25. Done.
Not so bad, right? But not so like it's all right. It's quite hot at the moment. I'd rather not be that, but we're getting there.
How do you normally do in the heat?
I'm normally fine, but I think this year I'm old. Like I'm getting older, so it's affecting me more.
It was real rough.
In the
man,
past,
in
I
this summer heat.
actually love the heat, but
Normally the wind, you really
hard.
want a cool wind, but it really came from inland, so hot wind. Yeah, it was gross.
quite warm. A few years ago, I did a delivery in the middle of summer, right before Christmas, and I was so oblivious to the amount of heat that I could deal with. I was fine, but my shins got severely sunburnt, even though the rest of me is quite sun smart, and I use big hats and sunscreen and long sleeve shirts. But I was walking over the yellow sand, and the yellow sand, like I was getting sunburnt from above, but all the light was getting reflected by the yellow sand back into my shins, and I got like second, third degree burns on my shins.
Dude, it's what
it was pretty gross.
It's what snowboarders get, right? When people go on
just like that,
the mountains with the snow,
So,
snow reflects the sun.
Question
and
is,
people
do you
sunburns.
get paid more during the heat?
No.
Can you get paid more? Or can you charge more?
If you're like, that's the whole thing is like, if up in the mines, you're getting paid more because it's like harder work for sure. Like the underground mines, they're paying you more because it's much worse conditions.
Wait, how hot does it get in the mines? I hear it's crazy, right?
Yeah, it can get like,
Moria.
it's like on average, you're looking between 35 to 45
And
degrees.
there's no air movement down there, right?
Yeah, it's a lot thicker. So what happens when you're like walking through like an underground mine? You're literally below the ground level. So the air is a lot thicker and it's got more chemicals in it that aren't. It's more than just like oxygen, like CO2, right? So you've got like a lot more other chemicals in there. Not necessarily bad for you, but it does make it harder for your lungs to operate because it's not made that way. The same way as if you climb a mountain too high, the oxygen gets thinner and it's harder for your lungs to operate because we're supposed to be at ground level at all times, right? Same concept. The thing about being underground mine is because you start to lose not gravity, but the air gets thicker. Things like dust particles they stay up in the air, so you can like almost like a fog. So as you're walking through the passages, the dust kind of just collects on you, and you're breathing it in without. It's like magic, just breathing.
Did you
dust
wear a
cloud.
mask or something?
You can do, but the thing about masks is when it gets really hot, those they're just really gross to wear. So think about being like 40 degrees and you're sweating really bad. The mask is rubber and it's like starts to irritate. You can get stuck to
everything
you.
sucks.
Why don't you just wear like a electronic one, like the one that assists you in breathing?
Well, yeah, I don't know how much money.
Well, it's a couple $100 I checked
Usually
for
you're
it.
not getting supplied that. You know what I mean? So,
No, I mean like it's health over like
Yeah.
Wait, imagine
it's only a
the
grand.
olden days before the technology. Where it was just go down with the pickaxe.
yeah, go down there with a donkey and a pickaxe and you
Good
good
luck.
to go.
Was it you carry a canary, and if the canary dies, it means the gas buildup kills
Yeah,
it?
it's the gas. That's what they do. Those robot dogs. That's what they were invented for. Was their whole job was to walk around and detect whether there's gas emissions because the human brain will slowly get acclimatized.
Yeah.
Have you ever left like your oven on at home and it's like leaking gas?
I have full energy.
Is this a story, Danny? Has this happened?
I feel like it's a lot of
carbon monoxide poisoning serious?
a lot of like
Proper?
70s, 80s, 90s houses in Australia had gas ovens. And you're the ones where you turn the clicker and then the gas comes out and you're clicking it for the fire to start. Yeah. Those can get left on and it's not uncommon.
Gotcha.
And, like a kid might just nudge it or you might leave it on. You just get distracted halfway through doing the process. And if it doesn't ignite, the room will just eventually fill up with that. But the human brain,
You get
or
used to it, right?
Yeah, the body can just get used to that smell. So it's building up and lowering the oxygen that's in the air around you. And eventually you can pass out. And the problem is you'll pass out from that level change quicker than you'll die. But once you passed out, now you
Then
can't
it's game
escape.
over.
Then you pass away.
Speaking about working in the heat, we had a chat with Callan and one of our podcast listeners as well. He mentioned he was working in a boiler room and he's a plumber and apparently it's like 60 degrees in there.
Yeah.
And the rule was you can't stay for more than 30 minutes.
Yes.
It was like you get in, do it, leave. And that sounds like hell.
Yeah,
Right?
and that's like the bigger and the better workplaces will really like monitor it. Like you stay hydrated. There's someone there looking after you. There's tag out guys because like the same thing. Sometimes when you get chopped up into your work, you don't realize how much time has passed, and you're like, you get incredibly dehydrated as well because you're just sweating constantly.
One of the main things coming to Australia as well, you get a lot of people who are new to Australia, just getting used to the heat, the dry heat in WA.
Yeah.
Because I had my haircut on the Wednesday as well on the 39 degree day, and my barber is Irish, and he was like, just struggling the entire time.
Well,
So
I did a delivery in West Perth, and their crane driver on that same day, because it was 40, it was like 39-40 up in Chittering, and then it like because the machines were operating with what made it that heat. But when I came back into Perth, Scarborough and Osborne Park were actually 40-41. So those places in Perth with no wind, and it was actually hotter there. So it's pretty gross. But I went to this place in West Perth where the delivery was, and I got there too, and they're like, "Oh, we send the crane drivers home because it's hot." And I was
You're
like,
here
Yeah, I'm
being-
like, sick. So they were supposed to lift it off with their bigger crane, like a big gantry crane. And now I've got to do it myself. And they sent their guys home because it's too hot. I was like, well, I guess this is my problem.
Damn,
like,
dude.
cheers, guys. But my mate Jay, who you've met, he works for a solar company, and their job is like they do all the light poles and electricity and stuff like that. But they do a bunch of mining stuff up north. Quite a few years ago, they bought this like crack team of like engineers and specialists out to build this massive solar array in like the it's in WA, but closer to the Northern Territory.
Yeah.
And it's really fucking hot up there. It's like 40-50 degree days just constantly, right? Anyway, they bring this crack team out, and this company is one of the only companies in the world that creates these solar panel I guess like power boxes where the solar panels are in like a big moving trajectory, and it follows the sun throughout the day, and uses like really like super like modern technology to be able to follow the sun, and it also articulates all of the panels so that it can catch the most amount of sun, to do this thing, right? Anyway, this French team come out. They're out there for like a week and a half, and they're all like dying from the heat. So they get sent home. There's nobody else in the world that knows how this technology works. So it takes them a course of 3 years to build this.
Holy shit.
They had to
They keep shipping people over.
They had to keep convincing these French guys to come out and build this solar array that nobody else knew how it worked. And like they'd budgeted for it to go up, like these guys to do one trip and build it, and it took them 3 years to complete it.
Yeah. You come from Malaysia, right, William? This gets pretty warm in Malaysia as well.
This is humid.
It's just humid?
Yeah.
What about the overall temp, you reckon?
32?
32?
Do you like being sweaty?
No.
Yeah, I love being sweaty.
Ew, what the hell?
In Malaysia.
That's the most psychopathic thing I've heard you ever say.
all day.
It feels like you're getting stuff done, man. Like
Yeah.
It's just aircon.
when you
All
go,
right, I get it though. No, you know what?
Aircon.
I say that, but I get. You know when you go to a gym and like you go to a gym and after
Exactly.
after you work out, you're sweaty, you're tired, and you have that cold shower when you come home. It's peak. It's good. You know it's progress. But
Malaysia is
the
different.
dangerous part is when you stop sweating in the heat.
yeah,
That's when you're fucked.
Yeah, that's like the other day when I did come in, I was like, man, I feel stinky. It's pretty gross. Like I was sweating so much when I was up there next to the crane. I was sweating, and it looked like I was getting wet, but it was constantly like evaporating and drying. So like my shirt was like crispy, gross. You don't go home and just like stand in like the humidity, William,
Nope.
and just enjoy it.
in the aircon. First thing you do, everybody go in the aircon room.
That's the thing with
How do people live there without without
Everybody has an aircon.
Yeah, no, that's all the hot countries, right? Like
Everybody.
around the equator. Apparently, you go to Dubai and use 2 minutes from any aircon.
Yeah, but not everybody living on the equator has air cons. Like,
Aircon. I'm not joking.
have you traveled to Dubai?
Nah.
Have you, Will?
Should I? You reckon Dubai's worth visiting?
For like a couple of days, yeah, and then it
Couple
gets a bit of
days.
a nightmare. Like
Gotcha.
the place is definitely maybe not the most ethically.
Is
built
it
place.
as it seems? You know how you get pictures of you go to Dubai and there's people driving around Lambos and there's just money everywhere?
Yeah, 100%.
It is?
Yeah.
Wow.
I got the regular Uber, and it was the first one was a Tesla, and then the second one was some sort of like exclusive Dodge kind of vehicle
Shit.
that I'd never seen before. And I was
You reckon the drivers know what they're driving?
yes.
Hmm.
A lot of the people there are like indentured servants, though. So
Yeah. they take your passport, eh?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, not ideal, but to visit, it's definitely very interesting, and their technology is very like forward. It honestly though feels like a lot of like they're much bigger and grander, but it kind of just feels like everything's Joondalup shopping center. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah,
just,
I get it.
It's
I
just
get it.
brands
I've seen
and
pictures where
marble.
everything seems almost too sterile.
Yeah.
Why
it's
don't you go to China?
manufactured. I do want to.
Yeah.
I want to do a little
China is
traveling.
like advanced now.
When we become like top tier podcasts like Rogan and
Yeah.
Boardcast, I reckon we should all visit China with Kang. He
China is
show us
insane now.
Oh wait, we had Spotify Wrapped for our podcast.
Oh,
Yeah.
What
so
do you mean?
you know Spotify Wrapped? Do you have one?
No.
Do you have a Spotify?
Yeah.
Check your Spotify.
You don't know what Wrapped is?
What? Really?
like where they show
William's
you what you
super
played.
under a rock.
Yeah.
Just
I don't
not in
I
the
don't
real
need
world.
these kind of things. So.
Okay, so basically for the last
But how
I
do
don't
they
know,
push it at you?
for the last 5 years, every end of the year, Spotify will summarize and give you a recap of what your year in music listening was like, and they do a little nice presentation with like, you listen to this artist this many times, these are your genres, and compare.
Shows you how your music tastes have changed throughout the year and stuff like that as well.
It's a cool little summary to be like, oh, nice, this is what my music was. Anyway, you get those for personal accounts, of course, and then you also get them for creators now. So we had a Spotify wrap for our broadcast, and it would show me things like overall hours when people were listening, how many people we were in like their top 10s and what percentage, and also what other podcasts our listeners listen to.
I'd be super keen to see that. I didn't realize.
Yeah,
that
well,
was so much
I'll post a
information.
screenshot in the chat. But so most of our listeners, we're the number one podcast for them, which is always appreciated.
Oh, that's
Oh,
sick.
nice.
Yeah. And then otherwise, it was basically Boardcast followed by Joe Rogan, which is expected because Joe Rogan's like the biggest podcast ever.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
right after Joe Rogan, it was basically just Warhammer podcasts. So most
sense,
of our
makes
listeners
sense.
listen to, say, hobby podcasts or Warhammer podcasts.
So every time we talk about Magic the Gathering, they're like, "Shut up! Talk about my minis."
Well, I'm hoping that what I've noticed is a trend now is that more and more people are picking up Magic now, and I don't want to say it's us, but you know,
I always say it's us.
if you pick up Magic the Gathering, you know, when you're listening to the podcast, it makes more sense now.
The more credit you give us, the better off we are. I think. So.
Yeah.
I'm actually glad you bring that up because the Spotify Wrapped. I feel like people get bullied for sharing their Spotify Wrapped.
Oh, hey, this year felt like people were taking their Spotify Wrap seriously. There's a thing on the internet now where people are calling each other tryhards on Spotify Wrap because people are going out and trying to set their rap for a certain way.
Yeah.
Like there was a guy who streamed one song for the entire year
I was just going to say the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Did you see it didn't count?
because you have to listen to like 30 songs.
Yeah, I want you to have 30 songs so it creates like a library to pull from. But he had one song
Because everyone's trying to compete to be number one for their most. Because if you're the number one listener to an artist, Spotify will tell you you are the number one listener.
Yeah.
So people are fighting for the number one spot.
What's the? I assume it's Kanye
You get
West.
paid?
What's the lowest number you've got?
Wait, hold on. Do you get paid?
No,
No, it's just
people.
like,
It's just ego. People are just competing.
It's like an achievement on a video
waste
game.
of time.
It's
Nah,
just-
but it's not. You're doing it anyway. It's the thing you like doing.
yeah. If you're listening to music anyway,
It's just cool to
Yeah,
know.
but to
No,
get number
it's-
one is
yeah, but you can
is
say that-
really trying.
you can say the same thing about playing video games, right?
Yeah, like when like WoW raids. Remember, people would race to be the first one to get there. It's the same thing.
but they get paid.
Do they?
Yeah. The sponsor teams. What are you talking about?
I don't know. Back in the day, there wasn't sponsored teams.
No,
You're
they
just
are.
getting it.
But you know
most
what's-
of the teams
so
who
with
go
Spotify
number one,
Wrapped as well.
they get paid.
At the end, do you get the little shout out from your artist you listen to? Spotify get the artist to also do the little shout outs.
Yeah, if you're
film
like maybe not like the massive stars, but if you're a C to B musician and you find out someone's your top listener, I would
No,
definitely
not
contact
for the
them.
top listener, for like all the listeners. So they will like interview, say, Post Malone. Post Malone will be like, hey guys, it's Posty here. Thank you for listening, yada yada.
Yeah, but it's just general.
Yeah, of course.
shit.
But I'm saying like it's cool how it's a little finish at
Yeah,
the end.
absolutely.
I was 0.05 of Kanye West.
Yeah, because that one year
Oh
I was
my
0 for
goodness.
3.
Yeah, but I dropped because at one point I was 0.01.
Whoa, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
0.1% of the population Kanye West fan right there.
Because I
William's just shaking his
A
head
waste
at
of
us.
time.
But you're not. You're doing that.
I'm just
you're
listening to it
listening
all the
music.
time.
Now you're just getting stats.
For
and
example,
I love stats.
yeah.
Okay,
For example,
okay.
I
I like results. I don't like stats.
I have a
I
lot
like
of
results, bro.
I have a lot of minutes to listen to you, but that's mostly because my phone is constantly playing music while I'm working.
Yeah.
So like someone did the math, there's like 530,000 something minutes in a year, and I was listening to 100,000 of that.
Yeah. And
So 1/5 of my
studied
year was just
stats
playing
lead
music.
to results, William. You know that.
Financial boys.
I only look at results. So I only care about.
I am
results.
glad because I think it's become fun for people to bully other people for sharing it, and I want to go on the record saying I enjoy looking at other people's like.
Yeah, I was too embarrassed to share mine.
Nah, I love it. It's cool, and it's cool when you see people like Riley, one of the Patreons. We both had MF Doom like pretty high up
Yeah.
in our
I think he had MF Doom number 1,
yeah, and then like all
which
caps
is funny
by
because he had
was my
MF Doom
favorite.
number 1, and then the rest of his list was not hip hop. I think.
Yeah, I think his was pretty much mostly MF Doom.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so. From sorry,
For the
Riley,
artists?
send us your
artists or songs because I can't remember.
I think it was songs. Riley, send us your Spotify Wrapped, and I'll post it on Instagram.
Wait, I'm gonna take a wild guess. I'm gonna say all caps.
Yeah, it was a caps. I also just said it 1 second ago.
Did you?
Yeah. And then I know I've mentioned this before, but Wade's got only like small, like more very niche,
like
screamo,
indie metal
super
bands,
heavy,
right?
super heavy screamo, like the
the
screamo you can't tell what they're saying.
Right.
And
the
then,
ones where my favorite part is you get these bands, right? Like
Yeah.
you get these artists, and they have their names in that metal text.
Oh, the metal text you can't read.
well, you can't. Like, what is it called again? Like Disturbed font
like,
or whatever.
like Thrasher, like,
and you can't read it.
Yeah.
And it's all that.
Well, Wade's like a guy who comes to club, right? His favorite band. He goes to the gym with the lead singer, so he knows
Whoa.
he knows the guy. And it's like,
damn.
and then his fifth band was Nickelback. So it's like 4 bands of just epic screaming that you can't understand a single thing they're saying, and then Nickelback. And I'm like, and Wade's young. Like, how old is Wade? What, 24?
23, 24.
Yeah, he's like 24 to 3. I was like, what business has he got knowing who Nickelback even is?
I get it.
I like that he comes so far behind that he doesn't realize Nickelback became not cool anymore. And I'm like,
He has to break up the music somewhere, right? There's a super hardcore in your face music with just chill, like new rock from 2000s.
if you're listening to the podcast, send us your Spotify raps and I'll share them all on the Instagram. I'm keen to see what our
nice.
our broadcasters are listening to.
What do you reckon the most popular genre is?
Ooh, like definitely some weird animation. Although we're all
I was just gonna say, like, probably like the safe option is always to assume that pop will be the most.
Yeah, a lot of things. Right? I like when you think you're edgy and you listen to music and then you look at the genre and it's pop. You're like,
what do you listen to, William? What is your genre?
Simply Red. Remember? He
Spotify
told
rap.
us his favorite bands before. I remember.
Oh yeah, it would be like classical music
Yeah, but I don't listen much to music though.
and then pop.
Yeah, I get it. I feel like for gentlemanly, productive people have often said that music is a distraction to.
Yeah,
getting things done.
I do listen time, but I don't listen like you all the time.
The stereotype is of Asian dads is they listen to Taylor Swift.
Really?
Yeah,
I do
How
listen
did
to
your
Taylor
dad
Swift.
I got
listen
it. See, he admitted it. William just admitted it.
I like Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
what are
see?
you talking about?
Did your dad listen to Taylor Swift?
No, he doesn't know what English is.
No, I mean
I
like
used to work with
You could technology's so far ahead. You could get a translator and translate the music straight from there into Chinese. I bet.
I don't mind Taylor Swift, but I've never searched her music out, and I don't feel like I need to because I keep hearing her everywhere.
Yeah, you're gonna
I
hear
used
it
to work in Sushi, and the manager was like, he's from Taiwan, and it was a dad, and he would just play Taylor Swift all day long.
Yeah, I did the Woolworths and stuff when I was a kid when I was working, and you got the Christmas music come in. It was a hard couple months, bro.
Yeah. I can't listen to Michael Bublé no more.
Yeah, and Mariah Carey.
I don't know of any other Mariah Carey songs.
can you work without music?
Nah, I like having background noise. You know, when Northern Boards doesn't have music playing, it's almost just kind of like empty.
It's like a silent disco because it's just screeching on the floor of chairs. It's a fucking nightmare. The music is very important to me here. Like for the atmosphere of the club.
I don't.
Very
I can
important.
survive without music. It's fine.
And also the Wednesdays when you're here, compared to like the music that I play, different vibe.
Yeah, it's funny how we get different comments from different age groups of people about the things they enjoy the most.
dude.
I have like a playlist that I like to put on, and it's mostly safe music, so that if a kid walks in, they don't hear someone yelling about cocks.
I've thought about on the Saturday Sundays playing more offensive music. So
Well, we were here one day, and I'd left your playlist playing. So I like your playlist. I just think it's
Wait,
more
my playlist?
It was like one of the ones you left on.
Oh,
the
yeah,
cell phone.
yeah.
And that song, that Mac Miller song with the porno bit at the
Oh,
end,
fuck.
started playing, and we were all like, oh.
oh no, it's on a public. Who put that on a public
I think
playlist?
it'd gone past the playlist, and
And
it was
it was
just
auto-recommending
Yeah, it
it?
was recommending songs that
It was like, oh, you like these chill Mac Miller beats?
And like it took me a second to remember it. I was like, oh, this is the thing he's talking about. And then on the thing like, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I like that song. I just can't. I can't, dude. You know the song, William?
We've talked about it on the podcast. You
should play it for your kids.
It definitely needs a
I don't even listen to music. What are you talking about?
Yeah, fair.
yeah.
Doesn't really know
Distraction.
music. Old business.
Anyway, I thought
Results.
after last week we talked about some of the mentally unstable people that are hanging around Perth. I said hasn't really been that bad, and I think I jinxed myself because this week's been a fucking nightmare.
Yeah?
like
Because of the heat.
yeah, maybe.
Ooh, the ferals. Yeah.
I was
They're
driving.
fighting for survival now.
It's like
28 years later.
They just run up to you and be like, please, a bottle of water.
Well, it's funny you say that because earlier this week I was driving the truck into Osborne Park at the intersection on Hutton Street, getting off the freeway, and the homeless guy who walks along with his sign tripped and nearly fell directly in the front of the truck as I drove past. I nearly crushed him.
Whoa.
Man. I was like, "Fuck!"
That's the final destination thing whenever
Yeah,
you drive.
for that guy, not me. I had to like slam my brakes on not to squish the poor man.
Yeah.
And then in the city this
When
week,
I skate on a sidewalk next to traffic, I have to make a conscious effort if I ever fall inwards. not the traffic.
towards the bushes,
Yeah.
right? And then in the city, it's been crazy, bro. Like last night, there were people like screaming, like at the end of the mall, like we're like an average city, right? So you got the big shopping mall in the
We have
middle.
2 lanes.
Yeah.
We have exactly 2 lanes of mall. That's
and
it.
these people were fighting each other, but they were screaming at each other from either end of the mall. And we're doing a crane work almost directly in the middle of it, so they're just screaming on either side of us.
Oh,
and,
I love it.
And like they're clearly like not super.
They're also not screaming about anything. They're just angry
definitely
at each other.
screaming at each other. But it's like we're just
Yeah, but
trying
the
not
topic,
to make
right? There's zero topic. We'll just start screaming at each other.
It was mostly about how much of a C word the other person is. And we're just
It's like
trying not to
when
make
I fight.
eye contact with anybody. There's all the Christmas lights up, so there's like families and kids trying to take photos.
Yeah, but
And
have you ever tried egging them on?
no,
Dude. Next time you
that's
see
how you get stabbed.
No, next
bro.
time you see a guy scream at someone else, you walk over and just be like, "Yeah, you go."
No, I have sympathy for their mental state.
you?
I just need them to not be there while I'm trying to like concentrate.
Okay.
And then today, on the way here, literally on the way here, a man ran at my car and tried to throw himself at my car on Warner Road. And I had to swerve to get out of the way. Like fucking
Was he
20,
farming insurance?
20 minutes ago.
Trying to
I
get
don't
an
know,
insurance
bro.
payout?
But he walked away like all staunched up and like he was going to attack the next car. And I was like, what the fuck?
Or he's hell methed up.
I don't know what's
You're trying
happening.
to find this.
I know, William. What's going on? I was a little like, oh, he's trying to attack my car.
You get that. You get a lot more with the street side, right? Apparently, when Tactics is now in that new spot, they get a lot more of the colorful crowd.
Yeah, it's down towards that way of the city. There's a bit more like
Once you cross the corner where normal foot traffic is, it's just all the homeless people, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And you get that side where apparently Tactics just get a lot of foot traffic coming through. Just
I wonder if
real
there's more
disturbing.
theft now.
Surely, right? With more traffic comes more chance.
It's hard with the hobby stuff like this because so much of it's so small. Like we've caught, I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want to say it out like on here, but I've caught who I think 2 people stealing in the past 2 weeks.
Just
it's
2
like-
weeks.
Yeah. And it's like, it's interesting. Like we know that because like traditionally Games Workshop has released stats of like the paints getting stolen is quite high because it's an easy thing to like put in your pocket and people thieve. And then like the of the boxes are very expensive and you can like tuck it under a shirt quite easy. So theft is quite high in an industry like this. And it's,
You managed to catch the person, or
one of them, yes. The second one, I didn't, but I'll be looking out when they come back. If they come back, one of the people in the store.
I think I know the one you're talking about, and he's fairly regular.
Yeah, won't go too far.
Okay.
But the first one was on a Saturday night when I was running draft, and it was like happening directly in front of me, and I had to I confronted him, and we had to resolve the issue then and there. But I was like trying to get the draft boys ready as well, and everybody knew what was going on, and what do you call it? There was people buying cards, and it was a whole thing, and everyone had kind of like just hang fire while I dealt with that situation.
I noticed
So-
everything slowed down a bit because
Yeah, Kieran Kang was here. He was here the entire time.
Yeah.
Didn't fucking have any clue, but at the end of it, I had to explain what happened. Everybody else in the store knew what was
in
going
my
on.
defense, I walked in halfway actually because he was already here,
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
and then I was eating dinner in the corner. So
Kang's only caring about his food.
yeah, he was waiting for the food. Yeah,
but I didn't notice that everything was stored up at the counter, and I jumped up and had to take over real quick. So,
yeah.
You know,
But it's one of those crazy situations where, as unfortunate as it is, it was a lot of it was due to his mental state, right? Because he wasn't.
Yeah,
I don't think he's all put
again,
together.
Yeah, I feel bad for the guy. It's one of those things. It's just you can't have.
He came
somebody
back, by the
come
way.
Back. Yeah, you did mention it's hard because you don't want to. I feel bad for the guy, and you don't want to stop them like ban someone for that, especially when you can tell they're not 100% under faculties. But you also, I can't have someone come in there and then I have to just watch them like a hawk,
Correct.
just in case, right?
It's just not worth it, right?
It's unfortunate, and it's like, yeah, don't know, it's a hard one. But yeah, I have to be very mindful of a lot of this stuff because a lot of it's very expensive, and the margins are already not the best that they are, and so they can't afford a lot of theft just stacked on top of it.
hey Danny, earlier today you were mentioning some games.
We want to move on to the game. All right.
Oh, you brought notes, right?
I have. I've had a lot going on this week. There's a lot going on, but I have come up with a new game for December that we're going to play.
Okay.
I've started painting the mini. I've started painting Dante.
I'm so jealous. I
only care when it's finished. I finished like a month ago.
Man, I'm hanging out. I'm hanging out to do some hobby.
Yeah.
Like at Christmas, I will slow down just a little bit. I'm excited to get the Warhammer Fantasy thing going and start.
Can't believe I was the first one.
Well, you were already in progress, right?
You're not busy at all, William. You don't do anything.
I work.
No, you don't. No,
A lot.
I refuse. Man, I for the last 2 weeks, I've done day shifts and night shifts almost every night, and I'm fucking knackered. I'm so done. I feel pretty good tonight, actually, fair enough, because I'm used to, this is normally when my night shift is starting, so
It's all the coffee.
I also
top,
believe
top.
that William
Coffee.
doesn't sleep because William will disappear back home and things will happen and then he just like shows up next day.
I like that I can message William any time of day and he answers. And I'm like, what is going on? 4 a.m, 3 p.m, 12:30, lunchtime.
What's up? I'm up.
Anyway, I've got a new game. So we're going to do, it's going to be a game show. I've created a game show. We're going to do 6 questions a week. And then you guys are going to compete for the answers. And then at the end of the month, end of December, we're going to tally up the answers to see who the winner of the game show
So we
is.
won't get the answers right away?
Yeah, you'll find them out straight away, but I'll tally up the points you get for the winners.
Okay. Fair enough.
I did toss up how you guys were going to answer
So
the
you're the
questions.
host.
Yeah, I'm the host, essentially, yeah.
Danny the host.
I was going to toss up how you answer the questions. Though.
So there's no right or wrong answer, but you give the best
For
answer.
the most part, there's wrong answers.
fair.
Right? So this game is called...
We don't know what the questions are yet.
Yeah. So this game's called What's in My Pocket? Do you know the reference?
No. You have to enlighten me.
What? You know, come on.
What's in your pocket?
What's in my pocket?
I don't know.
God, guys.
Keys?
Bilbo Baggins when he's with Gollum and he's asking the riddle.
Too far into the Lord of the Rings.
What do you mean?
Is
It's
it in the
like main-
movies?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know when he's in the underground lake before Bilbo gets the ring and they're telling riddles to each other?
I'm just going to nod my head and say yes.
All right. Well, the whole trick is, right, it's called What's in My Pocket because there's literally no way for you to know the answers. So you're going to have to make educated guesses based on me. So I'm going to
Right now?
Yeah,
In your pockets right now?
No, it's not actually in my pocket. I'm going to ask you a question and give you four possible answers.
Sure.
And you guys will have to decide which one's which. Oh, okay.
This is just a multiple choice question.
It is a multiple choice question, yes.
Yeah.
All right. Are we ready?
Yes.
All right, so what I'll do is I'll just let you guys can both give me an A, B, C, or D, and then we'll tell you who gets it right. All right?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Shoot.
Question 1 is, what piece of stationery did my Year 9 Society's environment teacher throw at me across the room and hit me in the head with?
What the fuck? Okay.
All right. So you got the question?
Yeah.
I'll read it out again. What piece of stationery did my Year 9 Society's environment teacher throw at me across the room and hit me in the head with?
Okay.
A, an economics book. B, a metal stapler. C, her shoe. D, she didn't throw it, I threw it.
B.
What was C?
Her shoe.
William said what I assumed it would be, so I'm going to say A.
An economics book?
Yeah,
And you're going with a metal stapler?
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding! William wins.
Damn
There
it.
he was. Oh,
But I don't want to say the same thing William was going to say.
Miss Byers, we had a very fun, like joyous kind of relationship. She was known as like an old crotchety teacher that nobody liked, and she didn't like anybody. She was very fond of me because I'm a massive suck up, and she would have a little fun like jaunts where she'd throw things at me. One day she threw a metal stapler across the room. I think in like planning to not go anywhere near me, but actually slammed straight into my head. And we all laughed in the class. Thought it was very funny. And at the end of class, she pulled me aside. She's like, Daniel, you can't tell your parents.
I will lose my job.
And I was like, I had the
As you pull the staple out of your forehead. Yeah.
I had the wherewithal to be like, it's okay, Miss Byers. I've got you. We're mates here. And
Yeah.
I definitely had something on her for the rest of the 3 years of school.
She owes you one. So
But it was Miss Byers was a legend. And what I would like to say there is, if you're in your school, you're listening in your school, or you've got a work and there's a boss that everyone thinks is just hell grumpy, just make friends with them.
what's the biggest thing
They're
you
hanging
guys
out to be friends.
have dodged? What have you guys? What have you dodged anything, William?
Dodge white.
Ooh.
What?
Like
Example.
stationary.
No.
I had to dodge a heater once.
Heater.
Yeah.
Like from like out of a window?
No, you
or-
know those portable heaters you can get? Yeah, my mom threw one at me.
the one with all the like
Why on
the
earth would your
separate
mom-
bits, like the
grills.
ridges?
Yeah.
That would kill you.
She fucking launched it at me.
Do you know what he's talking about? Like the oil
I know.
lamp things?
You probably did something bad.
He was born.
Oh, well.
What do you do? What do you do? Tell me.
Do you remember?
I'll tell you whether it's legitimate or not.
Well, you know what's funny?
Ooh, that's this next week's game.
Next
Would
week's
William
game?
throw a heater at you?
I actually can't remember what it was.
What do you
I mean,
mean?
I was probably just being naughty.
How does someone throw a heater at you and you still don't learn a lesson?
Yeah.
That's classic kangaroo.
Oh, are you kidding me, dude? As a kid, all I learned was how to avoid getting hit really well instead of learning the lesson. That was the secret. I just got really good at avoiding my
He's just
parents
really good at dodging shit.
instead of learning a lesson.
If we were in America, he'd be like an NFL player for sure.
I was too stubborn as a kid to learn a lesson. I was too stubborn to be like, I did something wrong. I was like,
Are
I
you
was
still stubborn now?
Me?
You're still stubborn now.
Yeah.
You're pretty stubborn, yeah.
yeah, so just, I never learned.
that's what you want to hear in your
I
top employees,
just
that he
got
doesn't learn
very good
lessons.
at dodging things as a kid. I was quite good at dodging. Like, my mom would throw like shoes and fucking remote controls. All
So
sorts of stuff.
when will you stop dodging stuff?
when I was big enough to
No. Hold
things
on.
back.
No. When
just kidding.
will you stop dodging stuff?
The real question that William's asking is when we start learning lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, not this week, apparently.
not this week.
Okay.
All right. William has 1 point.
Let's go.
All right, going on to question 2. Mm-hmm. Which embarrassing
I did
room...
throw a chair at someone once when I was at school.
Okay, that's
seems bad.
different story because
But I was a real dumb kid. So I had this girl sitting across from me. It was getting really annoying. So I picked up my chair and threw it at her.
Gang, are you secretly a bad person?
I think so.
okay.
I want to be, but I can't.
I come across like a cockhead, but I am deep down a nice person.
I have too
And
much.
hope that
I
of
have
you.
too much empathy to be a bad person. I think.
Good. I'm glad. That's what I like to hear
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
All right, question 2. Which embarrassing room did I lose my virginity in? A.
Wait, I think I know the story.
I know this. Sorry.
Oh, wait, you do?
You do?
Yes.
All right, send it.
A. A swimming pool.
Okay.
B. A WWE themed wrestling bedroom of a younger sibling.
B.
The back of my Suzuki Swift. D. I never lost my virginity and I adopted Lucas.
I know it's like in a shit or something.
I lock in D. It's B,
All
right?
right, well, I didn't realize I've obviously told
Well,
the story.
I didn't
I
vote
know.
with William last time, and I lost a point. So I think it's B. I'm pretty sure it was B, right?
Yeah, obviously I've shared the story in the past and I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Because like this is a
What
shit.
year? Okay, hold on.
It was a
Depending
shit
on what
thing.
year it was, everyone had WWE in their bedroom.
Yeah, but it was obviously a girl that I lost my virginity with, and it was her younger brother. Sorry, guy.
Yeah, well, that doesn't change the fact. Were you into wrestling at that point?
Me, no. Oh, I was. I
Well,
was
yeah,
a bit of
different
wrestling.
wrestling. Wait. Why were you in the little brother's bedroom? Why couldn't you go to hers?
Yeah, I have no good answer to that question at all.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
All right, both get.
Dude, the
both-
younger siblings coming back, real confused.
I'll never forget it. Like their parents were like fairly wealthy, and I remember looking around me. There was shelves.
Can you imagine the poor kid getting in bed like, oh, my mattress feels different.
so crusty.
Oh, God.
I remember like looking around, and there was shelves all around the room, and there was wrestling figures.
Yeah.
Like all staring at us. All
Yeah.
you know, like those weird.
The Undertaker's staring from the bed.
You know those weird pictures where you can see the eyes following you? It was
Yeah.
like that, but 1,000 wrestling figures. And then there was
Yeah, whose eyes did you finish on?
and then above those was just wrestling belts all the way, the entire way around the ceiling room.
Whoa.
And I remember feeling like a champion. Anyway, you both get a point. So we're going to move on to question 3.
Congrats.
Which animal have I accidentally hit in a truck or car?
All of the above. I choose D, all of the above.
So I'm going A, kangaroo. B, a racehorse goanna. C, flock of cockatoos. Or D, an owl.
C.
Wait, what was D?
C.
An owl.
C.
I wanted all of the above.
C.
It's
answer
C,
is
right?
C?
It's C, the bird crap.
C.
It's the
And your
sword
answer
birds,
is?
right?
Lock
But
in your
also it could
answer.
be A as well.
Lock in your answer.
Sorry, C.
Lock in your answer.
It was the iguanas.
You're
No.
both wrong. It was all of the above.
Wait,
What the fuck is this?
It's my game show. I make up the rules.
There's not all of the above.
Ba, ba, ba. You have to make up. He almost locked it in.
Yeah.
All right, no one gets points.
What the fuck did you hit an owl?
The owl was. I showed. Remember, I sent the videos to the chat.
Oh my God, you did.
I did.
Yeah, you munched an owl.
Yeah, but he didn't never say the. So there's
I keep
additional
forgetting we
answers?
have owls in Australia.
Okay, five.
So I've hit a few kangaroos over the years.
Yeah.
That's why my Audi has a giant dent in front of it.
Inevitably, yeah, sure.
Racehorse Goanna was in the truck when I was driving up to Mora
Yeah,
one
but
time.
those things just want to die.
Yeah, it ran across the road at the same time and it got whipped up. And I thought I'd actually missed it because it was. I didn't feel it necessarily, but it had gone up the wheel as I spun. And got
Whoa,
caught up.
gross.
And I drove another 2 hours. And by the time I got to the other side,
It was just cooked.
the smell was horrific.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
the smell was
yeah,
horrific.
yeah.
A flock of cockatoos is all the time because the little fucks just fly at the thing. And then an owl. I was actually driving back maybe like 6 months ago, and from delivery out southeast it was, and a owl hit my window.
You just keep murdering animals, dude.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why they're trying to, but it hit my window, and it was because it was last summer because it was going for the Santa Claus that was hanging from my windscreen, and it smacked into the front of it, and I thought someone had bricked my car. The owl hit the window so hard, so incredibly hard. Anyway, you guys should have come up with a ABC.
All right, now we know the rules.
Okay,
Will.
okay.
We can make
Next.
up things.
The rules are whatever I say they are.
I'm ready.
So you guys should have
It's
come up
whose
with
line is
E,
it anyway?
which was all of the above. So yeah, I don't think I was trying to think of any things out of here, but I think I'm pretty. I think that's
Okay.
it. It's not too bad.
Just like made up for all the years of you being vegan.
All right, this one is half an advertisement and half a question. What is my favorite burger? A Philly cheeseburger from Burger Boy.
Huh.
B, the hot chicken. C, the Love Child. All amazing burgers you can buy at Burger Boy at Northern Bonds. Or D, the fillet of fish from McDonald's.
Wait a second. Can I ask? I want to pick two answers. Screw you. I'm picking two. William, go first. You got to YOLO this one, dude.
You've both been here and seen me eat them.
I've seen you eat all the burgers.
I know. The
didn't say
answer
you
is ABC.
Oh, he's gaming the system. He just picked the Burger Boy option.
We figured it out. We're going to do this every day from every podcast for a month. These 6 questions. So you got to learn. What are you going with?
We
Cam?
like the fillet fish, but you also just like the buns. Yeah. You get it as just the steamed buns.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah.
So which one are you going? What are you locking in?
I'm locking that one, and I'm going to lock a Burger Boy option. And I know you like the hot chicken. You mentioned it's your favorite chicken burger, but you're not a big spicy boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to say Love Child.
You going to say Love Child?
Wait, no.
ABC.
Wait, Philly cheese is really good though.
All right. So initially, my correct answer. Which one are you going with, Cam?
Fuck.
He's not
I'm going to say
making up his
Philly
mind.
cheeseburger and the fucking
Make up
fillet
your
fish.
mind, Cam.
All right. Originally, it was C, the Love Child, but I actually liked William's answer better, so I'm going to change it to William's answer being correct. William gets a point for ABC.
I know the game.
William, all 3. Okay, cool. Look, this is my game. I get to make up the rules as I go along.
yeah.
Okay?
See?
Good luck. All right, question 5. The second final question for second final.
Hold on, we got to rewind. So the fillet fish, yeah, you just get the buns.
Yeah, I love the fillet of fish bun. Now, if you go to McDonald's, right, you can they don't like you changing things, but they will do it obviously. So the fillet of fish bun, they steam it. It's the only burger they steam. So you can go into the McDonald's like app or in the thing, and you change out all the contents of the fillet of fish to because fillet of fish is absolute dog shit. Like I don't know what that's not real fish they're giving you. Absolutely not right.
Yeah.
But you change to like a cheeseburger contents or whatever, and then they just have to steam the bun because you paid for a fillet of fish. But if you do it the other way around, and you can't get the option for a steamed bun anywhere. But if you go to the fillet of fish and then you take all the middle bit out and then add in the cheeseburger and the cheese and the patty,
Wait, this reminded me of there was a
brilliant
bug in the McDonald's system. I don't know if you
I
know
thought
when
there's going to be bugs in your McDonald's.
maybe you never know, right? There's probably a percentage of margin in that patty.
Yeah, I'd say there's a bit. Yeah.
There was a bug one time where they were doing the discount deals. You know how you can get the cheeseburgers for $2, but you can also go on the cheeseburger and remove the patty. there was a bug in their system where you could get a $2 cheeseburger, remove the patty, and it would negative $2.10, something like that.
Oh, like the patty's $2
And it
worth
would
of burger.
add you 10 cents. And if you just do it enough times, you can just get a burger for free. So someone did it at their at the self-serve, and he just grabbed his bag, and it was like 17 just bread, and then one cheeseburger.
That's so
for
good.
free.
That's so good. Look, I'm not promoting theft at all. I'm not a thefty boy. I'm an honest man. I paid for everything, and I mean that legitimately. But when I was younger, we used to hang around McDonald's because we had we were like little trash kids, right? And this guy that I know called John, not trying to dox you, John, but what was it? Brett. Fuck it, doesn't matter.
William Chong.
We was yeah, okay, we're gonna change something. It was William Chong. And we were standing there at the Clarkson McDonald's or Ocean Kiss McDonald's, Mindarie McDonald's, and he's pretty drunk, and he goes around the back of McDonald's, and he comes running out minutes later, and he's got an enormous sack. I'm talking like, imagine the sack of where people like soccer balls in, like a giant sack. It's like
So you had
that
a comedy thief bag.
comedy size
With
bag
dollar signs on it.
and it was full of buns, right? And
As kids, what the fuck were you going to do with the buns?
As he's running out, the McDonald's staff is chasing him, and he runs away from McDonald's, and the bag tears on like a palm tree that's there.
Yeah.
So as he's running along, like with the sack over his back, there's burger buns flying out all over the place, and he runs down the street. We knew the guy, so we went to his house like a little bit later, and he and his family were eating burger buns for weeks.
Holy shit. Was he just poor?
Everything. We were all pretty poor.
Was he just trying to Robin Hood some food?
We were all pretty poor.
I don't feel bad for the guy anymore. His family was starving.
A friend of mine, his mum used to try and heal everything with banana peels because they didn't want to spend money on medicine. So this is the poor we're talking about. Right? She'll constantly tell us like, "Oh, you don't need band-aids, just rub banana peels on it." And I'm like, "Lady,
the convict
I need
stories
stitches.
of
What's going on?"
Back in the UK, you'd steal a piece of bread and you get shipped to Australia. And they do it here to get shipped back to the UK.
They get shipped back.
Yeah.
UK, you're like, I don't want to be here.
All right. I'm liking this game so far.
Also, when I was like 16, 17, one of my friends worked at McDonald's and he convinced his boss for his, because my friends were older, he's having his 18th birthday. He convinced his boss at McDonald's to sell him a 20-liter tub of mayonnaise. And that's what we gifted.
20 liter?
Yeah, and that's what we gifted our
barrel?
Yeah, it was a barrel, right? And we convinced him to.
Or that thing is a shelf life.
We gave that to no. By then it didn't. Yeah, I guess there's enough preservatives it should have been. And we gave that to him as his 18th birthday. I say we, but it actually wasn't me. It was the other guys that saw it. They gave it to him for his 18th birthday. It was this 20-liter tub of mayonnaise, and it was kind of a joke, and we had to laugh, and we yada yada. Anyway, everyone got very drunk that night. I was a little wee boy. I was probably like 13, 14, and we all got very drunk. And in the morning, someone had tripped over the mayonnaise, and the mayonnaise bucket had the barrel had tipped over in the yard, and all the grass was covered in mayonnaise, and it was pretty bad. Like,
dude, the bugs
loved
kings.
the mayonnaise.
Their God had provided them food, dude.
And like, I think his mum was just kind of happy the mayonnaise didn't have to live in their house, but there was mayonnaise everywhere.
Can you imagine that happening in real life? Let's say out of the sky suddenly came flying just McDonald's.
Like that rainy with a chance of meatballs, but it's just mayonnaise.
Speaking about a barrel of mayonnaise on a similar topic as well. If you go on Amazon, did you know you can buy a barrel of lube? Yeah.
What? Is it when people get stuck indoors or something? Like you get stuck in a swing?
No, we're talking lube for the passion. Yeah.
Okay. You always tell me like you don't have time for all that
I
stuff.
don't look it up. I found it on a YouTube video. Anyway.
Like, how do you know? You still have time to watch all these rubbish though.
Listen, dude, I can't
And
control.
then just like you're so busy with
I
your
can't
uni.
control what
That's
comes
why he
through
doesn't
my
have
feed.
time, because
Like,
he's
what
watching
the heck?
Lube.
Well, I can't control what comes through my feed. Anyway, it turns out on Amazon, you can just go out and buy an entire barrel of lube. You can also...
It seems like you have a lot of time.
Amazon, you can also send gifts, right? So you can get it shipped somewhere.
You can
so if you
lube
really
someone.
wanted to, you could just ship your mate 20 liters of lube.
It's like doxing, but with lube.
And
They-
how
and
much
then
is
they
that?
had to figure out what to do with it.
You know, it'd be a really good skit.
But you wasted your money though.
Is it?
Up
If
to a
the joke
certain
is
amount,
funny
it's
enough,
very
it's not a
funny.
waste of money.
Yeah.
For the bit.
Oh my goodness.
You ship someone's nan.
A really
it's a barrel of lube.
really good bit would be like you get yourself caught in like a really stupid situation, and then you call your mate. You know, like the ones where they have like weird conversations next to other like people that aren't in on the joke. It's like you have that, so then you have your mate come up with a giant bucket of lube to get you out of the situation. That'd be pretty funny. Anyway, we're up to a question that I can't remember which one we're on.
Can you imagine being that poor fire department guy that's to show up and trying to save people from the lube accident?
Have you seen that computer thing where the guy fills his computer with beans?
Yeah.
Have you seen the bean? Have you seen it?
Yeah.
The guy fills his computer with baked beans or pinto beans or some shit, I don't know. And then he calls an IT expert around to fix his computer. He's like, yeah, my computer's not working. And the computer g's like trying to do the regular like IT stuff first.
Yeah, he's like, it's not
And
turning
then
on. He opens the side of the case. And what do you assume? Beans. It's just beans.
And the guy's like, it's full of beans. And he's like, I don't know how it got there. My brother borrowed the computer. All right, I'll try. I know I say I'll put stuff on the fucking social media, but I'm gonna find the beans guy because the beans guy's fucking.
That guy's
funny.
reaction is a very similar reaction to you guys ever watched, was it Jackass 1 or 2, where as one of the Jackass episodes, the guy had to put a Hot Wheels car up his ass and then go to the doctors.
Oh, in the thing. But
Yeah.
I know
And then
enough.
the doctor, there's a great picture of, they got the x-ray and the doctor's just holding the x-ray up, just keeps looking at it. And it's just like, it's just the outline of a Hot Wheels car in the man's anus cavity.
But I know enough nurses now that work at like Joondalup and Claremont and stuff like that. They've seen way worse than fucking Hot Wheels cars.
We should get one of them on. Just be like, what is the worst?
I actually know quite a few nurses.
Yeah.
I also know some male strippers. They got some stories as well.
Oh,
but,
no. At this point now, at this point now, you can put anything up there now. I'm not surprised by nothing.
Have you seen that new video that's going around where it's the nurse and she's like she's at the Christmas decorations and she just holds up the Christmas decoration. They all look quite phallic and she just shakes her head. She's like, no. And then she goes to the next piece of the next one. And she's like, no.
I've seen this video. I know the one you're talking about. Mm-hmm.
All right, question 5. When I was a child, what woodworking project that I made with my pop did my sister hit me over the head with and give me a concussion?
Ooh.
A bat shaped like a snake. B, an action man. Action man?
An action figure?
Action man van. It's just the man van really confused me.
All right, so it's
action
not B.
man van.
So it's not B. Moving on.
A miniature island Or
Miniature island?
Yeah.
What?
Well, like a little like a model island. Or
Okay, sure.
a boat shaped like a mallet.
A boat shaped like a
So it was a
melon.
boat with a handle on it?
Well, it's a mast, yeah.
I'm choosing D.
These
What
are
about you,
all
Will?
these are all actually projects that I did make with
What
my
about
pop.
you, Will?
It's which one did you hit me over the head with?
C.
Going with C, a miniature island?
Yeah.
And you're going with?
D.
D. D is correct. Ding, 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 ding.
Nice.
Kang is the winner. My pop was a woodworker and he made lots of stuff. You know, one time he actually cut off his finger in the in his woodworking shop. His little pinky finger here. And it came off at the bandsaw. And he walked up to my nan. It was like upstairs. And he walked up to my nan to show her that he'd cut his finger off. And he was bleeding so much that my nan fainted. So then he was worried.
okay.
She kind of fell and like knocked herself around a bit. So he had to pick her up and then carry her downstairs into the car. He put her in the car and he was bleeding all over it because his finger's pissing blood and she's trying to carry her downstairs, right? So he puts her in the car and they drive.
But she's covered in blood, so she keeps waking up and back to pain.
Well, they drive to Wanneroo Hospital, which is now Joondalup Hospital, right? And well, it actually could have been well before that because they were obviously old. Anyway, they drive to the hospital. They get to the hospital, and my nan is so covered in blood and passed out that when the people from the doctors come out to grab her at the emergency section, they think she's the one who's injured because she's so covered in blood and is like all unconscious and shit. So they grab her and try to take her in, and he has to show them that his finger is missing, and like that was the whole thing. Anyway, they couldn't put the finger back on because it was like. Fuck, it was like too much covered in shit and like there's too much blood loss and they had to cover it up. But they did use some of the skin off of the missing finger to like patch over the bit. And for the rest of his life, he would do that trick where, do you remember the old people trick where like your granddad would do the missing finger trick?
yeah.
He would do
Nice,
that to like little kids, but his finger was missing.
But actually.
And then they would scream.
That's funny.
Anyway, so these are all things that we built.
What did you build in woodworking class, William?
Oh, yeah.
What
Nothing.
did you build?
Chair.
Did you
No,
guys?
chair.
Did we all have to do the like mandatory woodworking class?
Yeah,
I did mine.
In early high
So it's a stool, not a chair.
Oh,
stool.
yeah. In early high school, did you do the thing where you had to try one of each thing? Like,
What?
you know, like
the machines? Yeah.
you
They'll
do,
teach
like,
us how to
there's
use
usually-
machines.
It used to be the classic Australian. I don't know what the difference in Malaysia is, but the classic Australian was metalworking, woodworking, cooking, dance, home ec, which is like where you sew, and then
You know, do they still have home ec?
some
Because
schools do.
in
some
my
schools don't.
generation, it was already starting to phase it out.
Interesting.
It was an elective. It was like you choose to have it or not.
You know, Lucas. Do you know what? Lucas is more like hairdressing and stuff now. They do. Because they like,
Really?
yeah, they get the kids they know they're going to find too hard to get jobs, and they're like, hey, you should do a hairdressing course.
What the fuck?
So he's done a barber course at school already. So did you do the same thing?
I just did like the woodworking.
Just the woodworking.
It's making a stool.
Well, at Balcata, they made us do like a quarter of the year doing each one of those things, and at the end, you have to then pick what you're going to do in year 9. What did I pick? 6 questions, 7th bonus question.
Bonus round?
Yeah, bonus round. Bonus round in the game.
Okay.
Which of the classes did I pick and why?
Of the
you've got-
Of the what?
aforementioned?
Of the what?
You've got metalworking, woodworking, cooking, home ec, which is like sewing, and dance.
Ooh, this is okay. I'm gonna wildcard this and say something like dance or cooking, bro. There's something like because like metalworking,
I think
sounds too
woodworking
obvious.
because you want to be like your dad.
I reckon I'm gonna go left field and say like dance or cooking or something.
It was dance. All the girls did dance.
I knew it, dude.
I was
I knew
super in
it.
for the Lululemon shorts and the dance.
I get it.
It was me and like 2 or 3 other boys, and all the other boys bullied us because we like did the lame choice. And after like
all the-
year 9 or 10, all the boys were like, we should have fucking done dance.
Now when it was year 9 elective dance, all the boys would be on the back of the class.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was I didn't realize as a young man that investment into your future was such an important part of my life. So I invested well.
Dance is actually a fairly attractive hobby, right? Let's say realistically speaking, you actually know how to dance. If you're the only guy like that actually knows how to dance properly in the club.
I was a heavy club frequenter when I was young,
Yeah.
and I worked at clubs and did a lot. That one guy who's popping like real dance moves in the middle of the thing. Some people think you're cool. Most people don't think you're cool, bro. It's
damn.
real. Like when everyone's like kind of just like fist up and just
Yeah,
like bobbing
yeah.
along, and you're just trying.
When I'm on the dance floor, it's just like point up.
But if you're out there trying to do full dance moves with like a cap and like spinning it around and stuff, when everyone else is just trying to chill, you might think you look cool, but you don't. And
Also,
most people are not perceiving it that
you're
way.
right, because the club floor is real fucking gross.
Yeah,
You don't want to get anywhere near that.
That too, but it's like you don't have so much space. You know, it's like you're taking it too seriously.
What
look
if you're
like
the guy
trying too hard.
outside?
Just in the car park, just smashing moves? All right, I'm giving you a point for bonus
Bonus.
round, Kang. I'm gonna go.
I think I'm
round.
even up with Will now, right?
1
I'm
point.
tired.
I think you're one up.
Whose line is it anyway? Where the points don't matter.
At the moment, William has 1. Then you both have that. You both got question 2 together, so that's Kang
0.
1 and William 2.
Okay.
Question 3. That was the animal one. I forgot who. I didn't write down who got
Well,
the points.
none of us got it, but I
No,
did
okay.
mention all the
Oh,
above.
that's why I didn't write anything. 0
Yeah,
points. Then William got question 4 because I changed my mind halfway through.
Hey, William,
So that
you should
puts-
make one of these for next episode.
Oh, yeah.
You come up with 6 questions, multiple choice, and we got to figure out how much we know you.
I love
Okay.
how that adds to the scoring as well. It's like halfway through, like I'm scoring. Okay, cool. And then question 5 was the your.
I will
Kang
lay
got
down
point.
some rules before.
Oh, it is even now. You're
Yeah.
both on 3. So going into question 6, even
Next
Stevens.
episode, William is like, which Roman emperor did I shake hands with?
But doing that woodwork with my granddad was actually hell good. I miss him hell bunch. He died at like 54, which is lame. That's how young.
So yeah, don't know any of my grandparents.
Yeah, it was a very strong, positive, manly influence. My dad is a very manly man, but he worked most of my childhood. I didn't get a lot of time with
Yeah.
him, whereas I mostly lived at my grandparents' house, so they were a big like parent.
Hey, this is an interesting question as well, because how far back do you have stories of your family? Because I have my grandparents and then nothing else. I don't.
Oh, you mean how far, like,
Yeah, how far
great-grandparents?
back do you have stories of your family? Like, do you have great grandparents
Yeah.
stories? Do you have great grandparents stories?
I can remember my great grandmother and father.
We don't have to say. You don't have to say know them, but you have stories that go back far enough.
I remember, like, very vaguely because it's very young.
Yeah.
Because, like, they buy, like, pao. You know pao?
Oh yeah, the buns.
Yeah, it's pao for me, yeah.
Oh, nice. So you have like
the truck comes.
you have like real family things that
like
they're
an
coming
ice
in.
cream truck, but if they say bow,
Yeah.
that's sick.
Yeah.
It's not ice cream, Dan.
I'd be like, yeah, but just the fact that they drove around and just come to you. I guess Malaysia's a more compact city,
Yeah,
right? So it
like,
makes
oh,
more
You
sense.
get the you get the countries with street food like
Yeah.
style.
Oh,
in
yeah,
Japan,
true,
you
true,
have like
true.
this old fella who'll just like be pulling a cart.
How
and he'll
likely
stop
would you be to bow out of a van here?
here in Australia?
Probably too expensive.
Have you seen the ice
Because
cream
like a
van?
food truck. So
Yeah, true.
expensive
Yeah,
shit.
food trucks are expensive here.
I was like, what?
Wait, how much are those ice creams nowadays? I haven't bought one in
I think they're like
$6.
20 years
Yeah, there's one in Wangara.
$6.
Yeah, $6-7. Yeah,
So expensive.
for an ice cream. Is
Yeah.
it? Is it?
yeah.
Way
Yeah, you're
too
right.
much.
You're right.
Way.
It's like the novelty of it. I don't know how they stay in business now, but
I
a lot of people
It's a
want
cultural
it.
thing, right? I still see kids on my street run out and get ice cream.
Yeah, but $6.
yeah, you see when I
There's
was
a part
kid,
of my brain
it's
that
true.
also wants to go buy an ice cream, but I'm also like, oh no, that looks
Heck
weird.
no.
I don't
$6.
want.
They do like the soft serve with the sherbet on top. Oh, that's good.
$6.
That's good living, Barry.
Yeah.
Anyway, going into question 6 for the winner for the day. What was the name of my guinea pig and how did it die?
Oh wait, I know this one already.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. I could just name it right now. Can I? Do I just insta win if I just name it right now?
Go on.
Yeah, it was Morty, and it vomited itself to death.
Oh, it's so close.
Well, it shit itself to death?
Negative
Yeah,
point
shit
if
itself
it's
to death.
wrong. Negative point if it's
diarrhea
wrong.
itself
He's
to
so
death, right?
confident. He's so confident.
It did shit itself to death, and his name
What?
was
Okay,
Morty.
for a guinea pig, out the front and the back, same thing.
No, it's vomiting and diarrhea. It's different.
For
And
a guinea pig, same thing.
I cried that night.
Yeah.
So I'll give
Do you
the-
remember what caused it? Why did it die?
Apparently, it's quite common with them.
Wait, just guinea pigs just die?
Yeah, because they like the guinea pigs. Like apparently, there's lots of like different types of breeds of guinea pigs, but you don't know which one you're getting. So if you just get like a generic
How long,
feed,
how long are they
they
supposed to live for? How long are guinea pigs supposed to live?
If you look after them, like 6 or 7 years, I think.
They're terrible pets.
Yeah,
Why do you want a guinea pig as a pet?
yeah. Kelly bought it for me, and I really liked it. And his name was
Because
Morty.
also, I've never heard of a guinea pig die of natural means. It's always something crazy.
I
man.
don't have guinea pig before, so don't know.
So I'll give you my four choices. So it was I actually started with A was Morty, and it shit itself to death. B was Smarty, and it was eaten by my dog.
I
C,
think that's also would be a good option to pick. Yeah,
Ralph,
I
and it
don't
got
think
run
he
over
has
by a
dog.
bus.
Do you have a dog?
yeah, Danny's mentioned it several times.
Yeah, my dog's
Nice
my
paying
favorite
attention,
child.
Will.
C, Ralph, and I got run over by a bus. And D, Larry, and it was killed by a cat, also called Larry.
I think A is one sensible answer.
Well, they all happened actually. So
Really?
yeah, just different animals. So
Whoa. What the fuck?
so Smarty was our rabbit.
Yeah.
And I dug into our backyard.
Did you have Smarty before or after Morty?
During.
So you named him Smarty and one is Morty?
Well, Lucas was a very small child and he named the rabbit Smarty.
Okay.
Right. Our dog is called Grace. Shit name. Don't give your dogs human names. It's fucking stupid. That's why I renamed it Fish. And I also trained out my dog, which I love. It's my favorite child.
Your dog's name is
I've
Fish?
talked about my fish multiple times. Yes.
You have a pet fish?
Yeah, I love my dog a lot. And so Lucas Lucas called that one Grace. He also named our cat Oreo. Ridiculous name. I love my child. But
wait, it's a
ridiculous
black and
naming.
white cat.
And then nope, just tabby cat. Doesn't make any fucking sense. And our rabbit, which was a lop rabbit, which is essentially just a rabbit with Down syndrome, called that Smarty. And I was like,
All right, so starting
like
with B, what happened to Smarty?
I built an entire warren in our backyard. So I dug like half a meter down into the entire of our yard and laid bricks underneath it and then filled the dirt back in so that the rabbit could build a warren underneath this.
Yeah, like a real home.
Yeah, like a real home, right? One day, somebody, not me, didn't lock the fucking gate, not me, to the pen, and my German Shepherd dog called Fish, which I love dearly.
Oh no!
Got to the rabbit,
Natural instinct
and she
kicked in.
played some natural instinct games with it and shook the fuck out of it, and it snapped its neck.
Yeah.
And Lucas was quite young, and we're going out to dinner, and Kelly, who didn't really handle the situation very well, was also a little bit in hysterics with my child, and I was like, it'll be fine, she'll be fine, and I like put a blanket over Smarty, and that was the end of Smarty. So I felt pretty bad about that. Ralph was my dog when I was a child, which I loved dearly. He got hit by a bus, and he actually survived the bus, died of cancer later, but that's not as fun in the game, you know what I mean? He got hit by a bus, and they put a bus route on our street.
Wait, survived the bus?
The bus ran over my dog, right? It went under the front wheels and the back wheels. My dad was taking us somewhere, and we were getting in the car. So me and my brother were standing there, very small child, and my dog was a Kelpie cross a border collie. It's kind of like our dad's boss who worked at the Witch's Cauldron, he was up north somewhere, like camping or something, and he came back across a barrel, like a 24-gallon drum of barrel, and it had all these different dogs in it. So someone had fighting dogs and just dumped them in there because they're all different breeds.
That happens a lot to the racing dogs as well, right?
Yeah.
What are they called again?
Greyhounds.
Greyhounds, yeah.
Grounds.
So he brought the dogs down and gave one of the dogs to each one of the staff members at the Witch's Cauldron that day. And so we got this border collie cross a Kelpie, and it could jump really high. It's like a sheepdog, so it could jump super high.
Oh, I really like those dogs.
So we extended the fence up so it couldn't jump over the fence, but it still could. So this day we were all getting in the car, and it got really excited, so it jumped the fence and it ran straight across the street.
Oh no!
At the same time, the bus was coming along, so we
You just watched it in slow mo.
We as little children watched the bus hit our dog, and it went under the front wheels and then the back wheels, and it tore the back left, I want to say, leg off of the dog.
Oof, graphic warning, guys.
My dad was a very manly man, and he just turns around and he's like, "Boys, get in the car." So, and then he walks out to the street and picks up our dog in one arm and is carrying it like a football, and he's holding the other leg like a drumstick. And he puts the dog in the car, wraps it in a towel, and we drive to the vets, and they sew the dog's leg back on. It didn't work, but it didn't get in. They made sure it didn't get infected, so he just had to walk with 3 legs, but still had a 4th leg.
Shit.
And our dog,
The dog was a trooper.
Our dog Ralph, he would.
How much was the vet fees then?
Yeah, I think that my parents didn't have a lot of money, and I think they used what little money they had to fix our dog because it was a big part of our family was Ralph. I refused to get a dog. I didn't want to get Fish because I never wanted to go to a dog again because it hurt my feelings so much losing that dog that I was like, I'm never going through this ever again. Like I loved my fucking dog.
Yeah.
But
I have a theory as well, real quick as well. I think most families should get a pet because eventually, when it does pass away, it teaches your kids an important lesson and how to grieve.
If your kids can understand grief before their grandparents, especially if they're close to their grandparents, pass away.
I've never felt grief because I wasn't close enough with my grandparents to care, and I've never had pets my entire life.
Yeah, I get
so when
that,
it does happen, I don't know how I'm going to feel.
Who are you going to grieve? I guess your parents,
just
right?
my
Your parents.
parents, right?
Yeah. Just not me. Racist.
Okay, if you go.
Well, now I'm going to do it just to prove you wrong, Kane. Thank you.
I'll just show up to your wedding, but I'm in the distance in a black suit umbrella.
Hey, if I'm getting married, we're both grieving, all right? But my dog, Ralph, would forget that his back leg didn't work. So he would try and jump still. And he would jump, but there's no, instead of jumping like up, he would go to the side.
Sideways.
Because he's the leg.
No.
The leg didn't work. Anyway, that was that pet.
Shout out to Ralph. He sounds like a good dog.
Ralph was. I use, like when you're doing your. This is probably my docs the fuck out of myself, but no, people don't have all my information. But like how sometimes your secret question to your bank account or something be like, what was your pet's first name? Yeah. I always call it. I use Ralph, and that way every time I
you already fucked yourself there. That's 2 out of 3 secret questions.
No, people don't know where I live except for Connor.
All right, Connor can hack your ATO.
Connor, you can have all $12 in my bank account. It's fine. But I would use that as I'd put Ralph, and plus a bunch of my World of Warcraft pets always named Ralph as well, and that way I can think about him. Yeah.
I've
okay.
One of my cool close high school mates. We used to go to his place all the time, play board games, hang out, video games, and just like general banter and stuff. And he used to have like a Labrador by the name of Bailey. And we used to go in the garden, we hang out. Bailey would walk up and just hang out with us. And then one time I went to my mate's place, and after a while, I'm not visiting for a while, and we just hang out in the garden. And I was like, oh, where did Bailey go? And I was like, oh,
oh no. Oh. Do you know Connor, who's my neighbor, my friend? He killed their dog Watt. So they had like a little Jack Russell thing. Fucking nightmare. I hate Jack Russell. Little shit dog. But it was their family pet, and they called it Watt. So that when somebody asked what his question was, you could answer with what, and then that's the joke, right? So you go, hey, what's your dog's name? And you go, what? And then they go, what's your dog's name? And they say, what?
Oh, wait, what is a super common word they say in general conversation? That poor dog is confused all the time.
Well, as a very good friend, love him, spent a lot of nights sleeping there playing Xbox, it was funny one time. Not that funny after like that after 7 years.
Yeah.
But anyway, the last one, my D, was the guinea pig was called Larry, and it was killed by a cat also called Larry. That wasn't my pet. That was my friend's pet, and they had a cat called Larry, and they thought it'd be funny to call their guinea pig called Larry until the day they came in, the cat was eating the guinea pig.
Yeah, this just reinforces my story that guinea pigs just die, man.
The cat had actually opened the cage like latch to get to the guinea pig, and they came in. The cat was inside the cage, just kind of curled around the body as it ate the guinea pig.
Fuck.
The kids were we were like 12, 13, so we were fine. But my mate was fine. But they had very younger siblings, and they were like not prepared to see guinea pig massacre.
Whenever you play with your pets and you give them squishy toys, or you're playing tug with the pet dog, in the dog's brain, it's them tearing apart a small animal. Yeah. And when you're doing tug of war, it's them fighting for a piece of meat with another dog.
Did you know that about like when dog shakes toys? That's actually them just like in their mind. That's them like
that's why it's
breaking the spine.
That's why it squeaks, because the squeaky them in their brain is like the animal.
You're like, oh, cute, it's squeaking, and the dog's like, fucking die. So at the end of the game, you got. I guess Kang gets the points. So on 4 points, Kang is the winner. Is there a clapping thing on your thing?
I think so.
Just guess one. That's there.
Oh my god! We did it. We paid the money for the machine.
All right, that was my game.
You had a lot of fucking dead animals in your youth, bro.
Yeah, quite a lot. Yeah, I realized I didn't even think about it till after 2 of them involved animals.
Yeah.
So
I have a similar story of I had to munch a rat once.
Wait, what?
I had to one time in the backyard. My dad caught a rat.
You have to munch.
Not a. It's like I had to squish one.
I also he said munch, right? So I was like, you had to eat a rat.
No. Bad terminology. Munch as in like I had to squish. I had to like.
No one uses squish and munch in this as the same word, bro.
Anyway, my dad caught a rat in the backyard once, and I was pretty young. I think I was probably like pre-teen. And then my dad caught a rat, and he showed me the rat in the backyard. And I was like, oh, cool. And my dad handed me a shovel, and I was like, today you're gonna learn. So young me had to learn how to take a life.
How did you feel about it?
Oh, rough, dude. Sucked.
You know, when we grew up...
I love animals.
We love animals.
Yeah.
When we grew up in Queens, my nan used to kill snakes all the time because they'd like come, the dewbites and shit would come out. They're actually quite dangerous. And she would use a shovel and she would spade the animals. And one time she was so trying to spade the snake head off, she hit my brother's toe and nearly took his toe fully off.
Rough. You need that toe, right?
Yeah,
you need toes.
He had to get some tetanus real quick.
Yeah. My dad growing up he's I want to say he's kind of like a farm boy when he was growing up. So he lives country. So he's used to just having animals around him his whole life, having pet dogs. He used to tell stories about how he'll just take all the ducks on just a walk to the town and stuff.
Oh
so-
yeah, those videos of people walking ducks is sick.
Yeah. And he would just have all these stories. He was used to just being like, "There's a rat, you got to kill it." So he tried to teach me when I
Yeah,
was a kid.
you got to stop them before they breed, right? So I get it.
Fatality.
You got any stories like that, Will?
No.
Did you have a pet when you were a child?
I have fish, rabbits.
Yeah, it's a very Asian thing. We would have like he would have like an aquarium.
Is it like
right?
a space deal because you don't have a yard? Did you have a yard?
No. We want to fully build your house end to end. That's how you do it.
Were you like in an apartment or a house?
House.
Wait, so how big was your aquarium? Like a
Not
big aquarium?
Nah.
Well, the thing about fishes in Asian culture is that fishes are like auspicious.
Prosperity.
Yeah, it's like they represent effectively prosperity. Yeah, like auspiciousness and like it's a class thing.
The flow.
So you know how
of
Japanese people will have those koi ponds, similar
Ah, yeah,
idea.
yeah.
So in Asian culture,
Yes.
So we'd have big aquariums and just fill them with like really like fancy
Koi.
fish.
I don't really know a lot about Japanese stuff, but you do see those koi fishing like tattoos and stuff all the time. Is there some sort of reverence there?
I don't know.
Native fish.
All I know is pets are expensive.
Yeah.
At Curtin University, one of the ponds has koi in them, and I definitely know that every now and again you'll see someone just like throw a chocolate bar in.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
Koi are expensive as well, right?
Yeah.
Only certain breeds.
Okay.
Like the colors have to
Like
be right.
specialty breeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have to be Japanese koi.
Have you guys seen the guy who does the art on the snakes?
What?
He's like super selective breed snakes to create art on them. We'll Google it after. There's-
Okay.
Like he can breed like he'll get a snake with he comes up with the design first and then finds snakes with patterns on their back and then will breed them consistently until it comes up with shape. So I think he's done like the Mona Lisa and
Cool.
And what's the tower in France? The big spiky fuck.
The tower in
Eiffel
France.
Tower.
Eiffel Tower, like the Eiffel
Yeah.
Tower. He did some like buildings in New York a while
Do
ago.
they sell the snake away?
Yeah, super expensive. Yeah,
yeah.
And it's like he could
Boy,
just
the entire time he just has Sharpie.
you get at home
Yeah.
and it starts to run.
It's just
That's
Sharpie
a lot
and then
of like breeding,
Photoshop.
like a lot of genetics though there.
I think they breed really quick. Like it's like because they breed and they hatch eggs and the eggs hatch almost immediately.
Yeah,
like a
but
chicken slice.
still
I don't know.
a lot of times though.
I like snakes. I think snakes are cool, but they got to make terrible pets, right?
They just sit around. Like,
Yeah.
lazy
I watched a
fucks.
video where it was some dude explaining how cool pet snakes are, and the snake was just like wrapping around his neck the entire time. Like you know that you're describing this, and the snake's trying to kill you.
Yeah, the snake's like get out of here,
Let me
buddy.
tell you one thing, Kang.
Yeah.
You don't have the time.
To watch videos.
Yeah, no, just don't have the
What am I?
time.
What am I
Yeah,
going
but
to do when
the
I'm like?
snakes just sit around doing nothing.
Nah, what am I
It
going to
just
do when I'm
exists.
taking my poop? You know what I mean? Like I've got my phone in my hand taking a poop. I'm going to watch a couple videos. You know,
No, I'm saying like you don't have time to have a snake.
I'm waiting in the waiting room like for like somewhere.
But a snake is less time consuming than a dog.
You still have
Yeah.
to buy lamp and stuff, right?
Yeah, but it's a one time thing.
What about the food and stuff?
I'd
Kang won't
rather have
feed
a
it.
snake than a guinea pig. Yeah.
Yeah, you
All I
can feed the
can-
guinea pigs to the
Don't be ambitious.
Oh God.
Don't be ambitious.
Yeah, yeah.
Be
What about those people that get
realistic.
you know people who just get like ant farms? You get some dudes who get
Ah,
big
I've seen
old-
those. I've seen those on YouTube.
Have you seen the shoes where you can get ant farms in the bottom of your shoes?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's just shoes you've left out for a while.
I also saw one recently where it was a phone case, and the phone case had the snake, the ant farm.
Oh
in there as
yeah,
well.
yeah. I seen that. It's gel, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But it doesn't die though.
Well, yeah. None of this is super like animal friendly.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us are winning like rapper awards here.
I think we're terrible with pets.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm glad I don't have pets.
Even like, because that's
I
what.
have a pet.
You have a pet?
I'm a dog.
Yeah, but your dog wants to live with like 15 other dogs in the forest. Doesn't want to live in our house.
Your dog also
No, my dog
is
want to live
pampered.
in my house.
I'm
pretty sure
that's
William-
what it knows.
I'm pretty sure William's dog is pampered.
Yeah.
What type of dog is it?
A Labradoodle.
but yeah, maybe your dog's not living in a forest.
No. She's so pampered. She's like living in dream.
Yeah. I would only get a pet if I think I can give it what it needs, like a good life.
Like, and my fish is a German Shepherd cross the border, German Shepherd and a Husky.
if you were to get a pet again, would you get a rescue pet?
Yeah, absolutely.
Shelter?
Yeah, I'd go and get an older one. Just do it. Like now that I've got over the death part of it, I just rotate dying dogs. Just give them a good home before they have to go somewhere. I mean that in the nicest way possible.
Yeah,
like-
it's a truly honorable thing to do.
Hey,
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
You're just constantly grieving.
Kang,
as opposed to any different.
Yeah, you just use it as a superpower.
are you still playing your
You collect 100
sim?
dogs and then you
Kang?
get one for free.
What's he simming?
What?
Are you still playing your sim?
Oh, race sim?
Yeah.
Only on occasion. At the moment, I'm too busy.
Too busy?
Yeah.
Oh, too busy watching videos. Huh?
No,
Okay, we were talking about dying animals. Why are you trying to bully Kane?
I can't have my race sim hooked up permanently because I need the computer for things like editing the podcast or doing the videos I've been doing and stuff.
Yeah.
And
I like
also,
that. I have to delete things off my computer so I don't get
I
distracted.
I modified my entire setup so that it's on pads that let me slide it across the room, so I can slide it in and out as I need to. So it gives me more.
When was the last time you used it?
Probably like 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
It's not bad.
Not bad.
I still do. I just haven't had the chance, right?
Okay.
So
I'll tell you on holiday now.
I am on holiday, but the thing about me being on holiday is that my realistically,
I just
nothing
demand
changed.
more of his time.
Nothing changed. I just try to get more work done instead.
Okay.
So.
I appreciate that about you.
So talking about race semester, you make a good mention as well. I was talking to a couple of my friends from high school, and they were all really keen on the idea. We've been talking about doing the karting for a while. Sometime in January, I'm going to add everyone to a group chat, and the idea is that by February,
There's a new cart nearby here, Malaga. That's
Nah, it's electric.
Indoor. Yeah.
nah, I want gas.
You want gas? You
I
want to
want
suck those fumes in?
speed. I want to make sure that we're
Bro,
going fast.
what are you talking about?
Yeah, I think
Electric
electrics
is
would be
speed.
faster, right?
What are you talking about? The torque is so high. What are you talking about?
It needs to be a large enough course. I need to feel
It
like
is
I'm
large.
racing.
It's like 2 stories.
Nah, the electric ones are small, but
Yeah.
you kind of whip around it in like 8 seconds.
Yeah.
Nah.
Anyway,
I
what
think
I'm trying
you
to say
wanna
is,
you want to feel the steel.
I want
underneath
to
your
I want to
loins.
feel the closest thing possible to racing that I can actually achieve.
You seen that video where the guy like the go kart comes past and it ends up on top and it takes his hand off?
Yeah. Ooh, I saw that one. Takes the thumb right off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a freak accident.
Hands inside the ride at all times.
Just don't do bad things.
Yeah.
Just don't be bad.
Wear helmets on your fingers.
Yeah. If you're better, you'll be fine.
All right. I'll.
But anyway, so the idea is, I think by February, we'll try to lock it in. Hopefully, we aim for a day that's not too hot. But I'm going to add everyone to the group chat, the Patreon members. I'm going to add a bunch of my mates. We get 12 people. We can do a Grand Prix race. It's going to be 150 or 175 per person. And that books you for basically the day.
How lenient do you think they'll be?
Very.
Can we each pick a Super Mario character and then bring along a designated weapon, like a banana?
What's
Fine.
even funnier is you can rent tandem cars.
Ooh, what the fuck does the second person do?
Just wield a gun.
And shoot what?
Other races
Yeah, but
Do you have
with
a
what?
gun?
with a gun. No, I'm just saying. You mentioned Mario Kart, right? Like you just have one
Oh,
guy
yeah, I
tandem.
thought you meant it was real.
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on.
You
hold
said-
on.
you said- you know what is funny?
Stop. There is this place up in Musha.
Okay, what if you bring it? What if you? Okay, ultimate plan. We all get tandem cars. You elect one person gets a paintball gun,
Yeah, see, that's where I thought you were going with it.
And then they really don't appreciate
Be
us
realistic. Be realistic.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not gonna happen. Okay, there is a place in Musha
yeah.
or Chittering or whatever, just there.
Same place. Fine.
You can rent a tank.
What the fuck?
Wait, hold on. They customize this small.
What are you gonna shoot?
Hold on, just listen. You can get into this tank,
Dogs.
and then there's this tank you can mount a paintball,
Like a cannon or just a regular gun?
regular gun.
Okay.
So you're in the tank. You're driving the tank, and there's a paintball.
Without the tank cannon, is it really a tank?
Yeah, it's,
Hey, it's an APC or something. Whatever.
You're just in a big truck.
it's the ultimate like.
Well, it's not gonna happen in a go kart with a paintball. So don't forget about it, okay?
Yeah.
Just
Hey, what if it
forget
wins the
about it.
lottery?
Don't even
We can
talk
get
about
that.
it. There's no point.
But
talking
anyway,
about
the
it.
karting thing though, let's do it.
Yeah, for real.
should we have 3 teams?
Why 3 teams?
It
has
is
to be-
minimum. It's minimum 12 people.
It has
Yeah.
to be a competition.
It's minimum 12 people. So
What goes
realis-
into 12? 4, 8, 12.
Come on,
4.
dude.
Groups of 4.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I'm not a math guy. I'm a truck driver.
I thought it was. The whole idea is that everyone beats everyone. You just choose number one.
Okay.
yeah, but if I lose, I want to have a backup that someone else could win so I can hold it over you guys. So,
Okay.
I don't mind.
Okay. I'm expecting this to get very competitive.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm
I
going to
can
take your
try.
thumbs off.
Just knocking around.
All right, so
Your
it's going to be
Bowser on
like,
the
it'll be
cart.
limited. So it's limited to
It's
9
minimum-
other people. 9 other people.
Yeah, it's 12 plus. I think depends. I think the more
Oh,
people.
so minimum is 12.
Yeah. Yeah. For the Grand Prix race.
I'm okay.
You know what we should do?
We
should
mentioned
put
this in the past. Like this is one of those things I'm gonna start actioning in January.
we should put the tickets up on the website, and then once we get 12 people, then we go do it. Oh. We just put, because once you got 12, you've got 12 people committed to the money, and then we just we'll put everyone in a group chat, and we'll work out a date that everyone can do it.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's
Good.
the best way to go, right?
Do it.
Cool.
Put it up tomorrow. Done.
Alrighty. And there's that. Is that done for the episode as well?
What are we at?
A minute.
We're at time.
Hour 18 minutes.
It's a bit a little short, but it's okay. I think we did some stuff today.
We did good.
We've got like when's this going up? When do you reckon?
This episode?
Yeah.
I could probably do it by tonight.
Whoa, tonight.
Sure.
Well, if you're listening, there's Commander events on Saturday and
Yes.
Sunday.
We have 2 events. We have Saturday, which is going to be a big giveaway event. The idea is you get a bunch of packs, bunch of goodies. You come down and play. You bring your own Commander deck. It's going to feel very familiar, like a regular Commander event.
But
And
just giving a lot of packs.
Yes, we're giving away a bunch of prizes. William over here from Eternal Magic is giving away a bunch of prizes for that. And then Sunday, we have a Chaos Commander event where you get a random Commander deck and you get some goodies in terms of like merch.
Also,
Chaos.
Burger Boy's making cakes. Come buy a cake. It's fucking good. We're doing Commander Masters Draft on Saturday. It's going to be tits. Come do that.
When
Heaps
was,
of stuff
when was
going
the last time? When was the last time anyone had a chance to do Commander Master Draft? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And then
So-
open a jewel lotus.
Wait, we've opened since they've been banned. There's been like 4 or 5 jewel lotuses open in the store.
That's how it is.
Well, it was like maybe 1 or 2 when it was fine, and now
That's how it is.
a curse.
Just telling you. Just telling you.
Alrighty.
But yeah, heaps of stuff going on. Come hang out at the store.
Yeah, absolutely. And stay tuned to the broadcast. Always more things coming out. I'm uploading the Mystery Booster 3 unboxing video this weekend as well.
Ooh, I can watch it. Do you know, just before we go, so I am going camping tomorrow. Yeah,
Whoa.
Real camping or glamping?
real camping.
Ooh.
At least the weather's
Wow.
going down. It's supposed to be way less hot.
Kang asked me if I want to go camping.
No, I
wanna
don't
go
think he
camping?
wasn't
No,
camping.
I don't want to go fucking camping. I spend all week in the fucking hot in bullshit.
Why,
schlepping my life.
why do you choose camping now?
So Kelly, Lucas's mother, dearest mother of my child, decided that it would be for his birthday that he could go camping.
Where?
Guess how many 13-year-old boys we're taking camping? Guess.
Oh, you're taking them camping. Oh, GG.
Guess. I'll give you both one guess each.
8.
Higher.
Holy
15.
shit, that's a lot of
Lower than 15.
that's a lot of lads.
Okay, 12.
10.
Oh,
That's a
okay.
lot
I'm
of
taking
boys.
10 13-year-old boys camping.
Why do we want to do that?
What a fucking
You're gonna be
nightmare.
Lord of the Flies.
This is an Kelly goes to me
You give them each a
like,
knife and then leave them for a week.
yesterday. She's like, oh, I'm a little stressed. I think it might be too much. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You don't think so? You don't think that 10
Well,
13-year-old
wait,
boys?
hold on. Where are you going to get all the tents?
Who the fuck knows? I don't go camping. I'm not a camping guy. I don't own shit. I don't know how to cook food. I don't know what camping is. I don't know where we're going to sleep. It's a fucking crazy. It's bullshit.
Wait.
How long are you going for?
2 days.
I can tell you right now,
2 days, one night?
for the boys, it's going to
nights.
be it's going to be great. You give them all you give them all a knife.
She's fucking cooked it, mate.
Yeah.
Wait, where's the location?
Somewhere safe, right? Like a camping designated spot.
It's like an hour north by like
Yeah.
an inlet.
An hour?
Yeah.
It's like a
Who's gonna pick
designated
more
spot.
river. More river. We're going to more
Okay.
river.
Wait, hold on. Who's fetching them there?
Me.
How you going to fetch 10?
We're taking 2 cars, and then another mum is going to drop some more kids off. And then that lady's actually bringing 2 additional kids, but they're not Lucas' son. So it's actually 12 teenage boys, but some of them are older.
Hey, you were right, Will.
Yeah, actually were. Yeah, it's honestly a fucking nightmare. You know, we were early today. We went shopping to get the food, and she got like I think it was a pack of 18 sausages, and she's like, "Do you think this is enough?" And I was like,
No.
No, it's 10 teenage boys at the age of 13. They're gonna eat this in one fucking sitting. It was crazy. And she's like, oh, I'm a little stressed about it. Are you stressed? I was like, fuck yes, I'm stressed. I don't know anything about camping. My brother's like a real man. He goes fishing and shit. And he's like showing me his camp gear and he's trying to show me how to turn the fucking Bunsen burner looking in fucking cookware on. And I'm like, oh.
How are you going to fit?
You got to just really channel. If you were a 12-year-old boy going camping, what would you want?
I should find girls. Someone's getting pregnant.
All I can say is GG.
So, she's like, well, I'm actually a little worried, you know, because like I love my child. I do love him. He's a great kid.
Yeah.
But he also is a bit of a fucking train rat. Like he's a little trashy and hangs out with little trashy kids that do get in trouble.
I guess you do have to care about the survival, huh?
Individually, all lovely kids, all very polite to me, all that. But you're going to put 10 of them together, right? And she's like, I'm a little worried.
How many
like,
need to come back alive?
oh, yeah, well, let's get a percentage going, right? And she goes, what, you just need to be like dominant and like let them know like that you're in charge and not to fuck around. I was like, woman, I like to think I'm quite manly.
Also,
but
you're
I'm
the adult in the situation. They kind of have to, right?
But I'm also under no fucking delusions that I have any sway over 10, 13-year-old boys. You know what? If I was it's like a pack of dogs. Like when I was 13, no single male, I don't give a fuck if he's in the military or he's a bikie or he's a policeman. One single man telling 10, 13-year-old boys, I'll get eaten alive. What do you mean be manly?
Dude, I really need to be there with the film crew.
If anybody's
Bring me a
listening,
camera.
if this is going up Friday, if anybody wants to come camping with me in Moore River, legitimately, I had to ask Connor. I was like, "Hey, what are you doing for the weekend?" He's like, "Not that, you fuck."
I told my
You're
kids.
this is the start of an early 2000s comedy movie.
One of the other kids' mums is worried that her son is going to start a fire, and I was like, "What do you mean?
Is he an arsonist? Does he have a history of starting fires?
Of it, like from the parents."
Well, if we hear
This is
of a
great.
fire up north, we know what happened.
Send plenty of videos.
I'm like low key horrifically stressed about this.
Yeah.
Like it's a
Good luck. All I can say is good
yeah,
luck.
it's a nightmare. I just don't know what she's like.
No
oh,
amount of money would pay me to bring 10 teenage boys to go camping.
3 would just pick one kid. You don't need 10 people.
Yeah,
Who the
one
fuck
kid
does
is
my
fine,
kid think he
yeah.
is? Think he has 10
What are they
friends?
going to do up there?
I don't know, bro. I don't fucking know.
No, I told my
Just-
kid, no parties ever.
What?
No, serious.
I get it.
I was like,
it
if
would
you-
avoid this
Wait,
problem.
attending or hosting?
Hosting.
You were going to say both.
No. I know. Attending, it has to be like a friend, like a you talk to.
Yeah, yeah.
But hosting, hell no.
I get it. Like this is a fucking nightmare. Heads in, boys.
No hosting ever.
It's too
I
much.
hate hosting.
You don't want little sticky ass kids around your house and shit.
Nope.
Gross.
Nope. All right. Good luck, Danny.
On the way here, I was on the phone to her, and I was like, "What are we sleeping on?" She's like, "The floor," and I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Yeah, you just sleep in the tent on the ground." I was like, "No, you don't. Like, you just just the plastic on the ground." She's like, "Yeah, that's what I did when I was camping. Did you camping?" I was like, "I've never been fucking camping. I'm not a camping guy." And she's got 13 of us. Like, so there's 10 children, 2 more children, then us as parents, and then maybe one other mum is coming.
Wait, are there other parents of these kids? giving
One
the kids
other
anything?
mum is coming, and she's Slovakian and doesn't speak a lot of English. Cool.
Unideal.
Sick.
Good luck.
Maybe she's an ace at hunting, though.
She's like the Terminator.
Yeah, give her a
bringing
spear.
Rounding the kids back in.
Wait, okay. Are you forking all the cash for this?
Yeah.
So you got to get tents?
Yeah, but I went to Woolworths and bought bulk cheap. Like
Yeah.
we've gone Woolworths.
So
brand
is every
hard.
kid bringing their own sleeping bag and tent?
I don't know, bro. It's not. We're organizing it today and we're going tomorrow.
Good luck.
It's fucking crazy.
All the best, Danny.
You get phone signal?
I don't know. I'm in with Optus. I don't get phone signal here, so the chance of getting there seems unlikely.
Dude.
Do you know? This entire year, I've taken one Saturday night off. I've worked 7 days a week for probably about 2 years, really. When I took Lucas to Queensland in what was it, 2022? Fucking, I don't know, sometime a couple years ago.
Right. Hold on. Let me ask you this question. Will you do this camping trip or bring Lucas to like a whatever he wants to go? Like only Lucas. Which one you would prefer?
I'd prefer to do the Lucas thing, but that'd also be expensive.
So would you be rather be expensive or inconvenient?
That choice isn't mine right now.
No. If the choice is given to you,
If the choice, he wants to go. He want to go watch the Tottenham game in England.
Whoa.
But
that's real.
Okay, 13 boys seems a little bit more
Yeah.
realistic.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's still cheaper to
Whoa.
go watch. Take 13 children to fucking Moore River than it is to take
What
one child.
about taking Lucas?
And it's
to
one day.
Tottenham?
It's one
Wait,
day,
hold
right?
Hold on. 2 days, 2 nights.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, wait, hold on. What about taking Lucas to a VR match?
You know, a few nights here. Actually, it was like this is quite a few years ago. Like, I've tried to get Lucas to do some like board game stuff, and like we'll play games like we played Fortnite and FIFA and UFC like on the Xbox and stuff like that. And like we're cool with that. He likes to do that.
Yeah.
We used to play Star Wars Battlefront when he was younger as well. He was cool with that. We're like cool in the shooty games. As he's got older, he's like sees me playing board games and Magic, and he's tried a few times. The time he really wanted to play was, I don't know if you remember the night here, it was like you, me, Nem,
Yeah.
maybe Jackson was here. There's a few of the boys, and he saw us. I think Connor was here, and we're having were you here that night? He
I
might
don't
have been.
know.
It was quite a few years ago now, or like
This is
earlier
the
on.
one where he ran into the chain.
That was the one where he ran into the chain. You know
Yeah.
the chain that's in front of the shop?
Yeah.
He was like, come running across there, didn't see the chain, and just clotheslined the shit out of himself on that chain. Luckily, he's small, so it just got him in like the midriff, and he just kind of spun around the chain.
Yeah.
Anyway,
He's all squishy and he'll heal.
he saw us all as like lads hanging out, having a good time as friends, and he's like, I want to be a part of this. So he wanted me to teach him how to play Magic. So as the boys were playing, he'd never really had that much interest in it, but he wanted to be part of the group. So I tried to show him. We got like 3-4 minutes, and I like teach people how to play Magic as a thing, as something I've done for a long time. I got 3 minutes, and he's just like, this is too nerdy. Like he was like not having a bar every day, poor kid. But yeah, he's I think the VR he'll probably do it. I think if you get him shooting
Probably
enough
stimulated
people.
his brain. Like if he's fully immersed, it might stimulate his brain. enough.
We went to that place that you talked about. I
Yeah.
did it with Lucas before. We did like the one where you shoot the orcs with the bows and arrows and stuff. It was fun. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't think that's cheaper though. I think that'd be more expensive because if you got like say you take 10, 13-year-old boys there.
No,
okay,
I'm talking about
just him.
Yeah, just him.
Yeah, I've done that for his
okay.
birthday
So hold
previously.
on. You're spending 2 days there. So 2 nights. So 2 nights you have to figure out how to do activities. Oh fuck! If it was 1 day, it would be easy.
No,
right?
I'm not making them do activities. They're 13-year-old boys. They're not doing activities.
I don't know.
It's insane.
It's just go. Wow.
They're just gonna like.
So you're just
Just
gonna
go
live in the
ham.
bush for a bit.
I guess they'll like.
You're not
go
like
up
gonna
there.
give them all like fishing rods to by the river or something.
Yeah, Lucas wants.
Yeah,
to go,
you want to buy 13 fishing rods as well?
Well, Lucas wants to go fishing.
No, you get all the kids. You get all the parents to pitch in. You'd be like, all the parents.
Would your
pitch in.
parents pitch in at 13-year-old?
Or my parents wouldn't even put me in the fucking bush in the first place. I'm saying like you have to just get all the parents to pitch in like $50 because it's like your kid's going somewhere. I need money
Yeah,
to
but it's
fucking feed
hard.
them.
Like depending on the people you're dealing with. Like we're not at a super like high end school, so
Yeah.
parents aren't all going to be able to afford to pay money for their
this
kid to
a-
go.
Probably the
organized
parents
through
will
the
tank
school?
daddy
Wait, is this a
now.
school
Hey,
thing?
hey.
Did the school
All,
organize this?
all the
Did
parents.
the school organize this?
No, I'm saying it's like we're not going. He doesn't.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
kid doesn't go to a rich school.
All
like,
the parents
parents don't have money to do
We'll
that.
be
kind of
tanking Danny because
Yeah.
they're gonna be
Yeah, we're taking their-
freedom for
they're-
the whole weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but they're
Thanks,
taking their
Danny.
evil children away from them
Yeah,
for a
but
whole
then Danny
weekend.
has to cop 10 kids while everyone else is having a fucking weekend.
Yeah, it's like Danny, thank you. I'm going to off the stadium.
This is my
Honestly, you know what you do? You just make the biggest bonfire you can. You get all the kids
Bro,
to
fire
pitch
ban.
in.
Bonfire.
Fire ban.
Bonfire.
You can't even have a little fire.
Oh fuck!
Bonfire.
You're right.
You
Yeah,
can't-
summer.
yeah,
You can't even do
Yeah,
the
it's
classic
summer.
camping like marshmallows and shit.
Yeah.
What the hell?
But that was
Kang.
my fondest. Okay, I get it. I forgot it's when summer and everything is on fire all the time. It's fucking 30 minutes.
Bonfire.
But my fondest
What the
memories,
heck, bro?
Because when I was young, I was in the emergency service cadets. I was in-
And you want a bonfire?
no, but like, one of my fondest memories would just be like all us hanging around a campfire.
Yeah.
And it's something instinctively in humans where you just hang around fires and it kind of calms you. And you just look in the fire, talk stories, tales, throw things in the fire, just whatever.
Yeah, better plan, down south, not up north, because that's where more rivers is north, so getting hotter, more dry. So you do it down south and in fucking like autumn or some shit. Not in the middle of fucking
Yeah,
summer.
that would be better.
After the hottest week we've had so far this year. Oh, let's go camping, it's a great idea.
check for you.
Nonsense. It's absolutely nonsense. I think it's like
You buy the
30.
kids just buy a bunch of cheap water guns.
What I did was I went to Kmart and bought a bunch of $3 torches. I'm just going to give them all torches and hopefully they'll just like play laser tag with each other. I don't know.
Friday 32.
was gonna
Saturday
say, like, buy a bunch of
27.
cheap water guns.
Sunday 24. Not bad.
Yeah. The
Nice-
weekend's
nice and
supposed to be
cold.
way more chill.
Yeah.
The temperature's supposed to drop off.
Well,
a cliff.
Danny, enjoy your day. Enjoy. Don't light a fire.
I've got to come straight back off after sleeping 3 days on the floor. I'm going to come back and do night shift.
We're
again on
gonna
Sunday.
have a crazy
Fucking
episode
over it.
next week.
I'm over Sunday already.
Tune in next week when Danny confesses.
It's just me. Kang's going to strap the mic to my face. I'm going to snore. I'll be
Yeah.
asleep. Should we do the next podcast on Sunday after night shift? Just see how delirious I am.
Oof. Part of me wishes I was there with a camera. That's some serious content.
You can go. We can swap out. You can share the tent with Kelly. I'll stay here.
Yeah,
and do
sure,
whole
but none of
work.
those kids are coming back alive.
It turns into like the Hunger Games.
Yeah, I'm gonna give each of these kids a knife and then drive away. You figure it out.
I feel
The
mostly
one that
bad.
comes back is deserving of life.
I feel mostly bad for the other people camping there. To be honest with you.
Would you like it if your son came back as the only one alive? Would it prove something? Would you be like, hell yeah, Lucas, good job?
He's 5 kilos.
If I
heavier.
had a son and my son was the only one that came back alive, I would be like, I'm very proud of you, son. Let's take you to a hospital, but
I
I'm
like
very proud
it's
of you.
getting closer and closer, like a
Lord of the
a
Flies.
predator situation.
Yeah. Like the Spawns did it, dude. All right.
Anyway, pray for me, everybody.
Pray for Danny. Good luck, Danny.
Good luck.
Best wishes. Thank you for listening, guys. Take care.
See you.